The timestamp reads 3:14 a.m. You're watching yourself stand in the kitchen, and you haven't moved from the couch in hours. It started because of the dog. Mara had been scratching at the back door for 3 nights in a row, whining at something in the yard that wasn't there. You checked. You always checked. Flashlight sweeping across wet grass, fence intact, nothing. Just the neighbor's wind chime and the particular silence that follows you back inside. So you bought the cameras. 4 of them. Front door, backyard, hallway, kitchen. A Friday afternoon install, little adhesive mounts, an app on your phone. Peace of mind, the box promised. The first week, nothing. Motion alerts for a passing cat. Rain on the lens. You stopped checking obsessively and started sleeping better. That was your first mistake, believing the cameras were for your protection. It's a Sunday night when you open the app for the first time in days. You're bored, mostly. Half watching something forgettable on TV, Mara asleep at your feet, the house settled and quiet. You tap the kitchen feed out of habit. The timestamp says 3:14 a.m. Last night. You're standing at the counter. Your back is to the camera. You're wearing the grey shirt you own, the one with the fraying collar. You're completely still, not the stillness of someone waiting for water to boil, but something else. The stillness of a person listening very hard. You scrub back through your memory of last night. You went to bed before midnight. You remember it clearly. Took your phone off the charger, set an alarm, lay down. You did not get up. You are certain of this, the way you are certain of your own name. Except, you're right there, on the screen. 47 seconds of you standing at the counter at 3:14 a.m., not moving, and then the feed cuts to static for exactly 4 seconds, and when the picture returns, the kitchen is empty. You tell yourself there's an explanation. Sleepwalking, maybe. You've never done it before, but there's a first time for everything, right? You zoom in on the figure at the counter. The grey shirt. Your height. The slight way you favor your left side. An old back injury. Every detail correct. You watch it 11 more times before you notice the hands. They're resting on the counter, fingers spread flat. And the fingers, they're moving, not fidgeting, not tapping. They're moving slowly, independently, the way something moves when it's counting. You close the app. Monday passes normally. Tuesday too. You don't open the app. Wednesday night, Mara won't come inside. She sits at the back door from the yard side, staring at the house, and no amount of calling moves her. You can see her through the glass, calm, ears flat, watching a fixed point somewhere above the door. You follow her gaze to the camera mounted in the corner of the kitchen ceiling. You open the app. The live feed shows the kitchen. Empty. Normal. You switch to the hallway camera. The hallway is dark except for the ambient light from your bedroom doorway. The feed is live. You can see the timestamp ticking forward in real time. And at the far end of the hall, just inside the edge of the frame, there's a shape, low to the ground. Still. It takes you 10 full seconds to understand what you're looking at. It's Mara. Mara, who is outside, who you can hear, faintly, still whining at the back door. Mara is outside, and Mara is also at the end of your hallway on the live feed, and she isn't moving. The shape at the end of the hallway turns its head toward the camera. Mara does not have that face. You leave the house. You sit in your car in the driveway with the doors locked, and you call a friend who doesn't answer, and then another who does, and you talk for an hour about nothing while you watch the front door. Nothing opens it. Your friend thinks you're tired, stressed. The cameras are glitching, cheap hardware, you're pattern matching on video artifacts. You've been alone too long. All of it reasonable. All of it probably right. You go back inside. Mara is at the back door again, and she comes in, and she sleeps on the bed with you, and you leave the light on. Normal. In the morning, you review the hallway footage. The shape isn't there. The timestamp shows an empty hallway all night. But at 3:14 a.m., there is one frame, a single frame in the recording, 1/24 of a second, and in it the hallway camera is pointing at the kitchen camera, and the kitchen camera is pointing back, and somehow, from this angle that neither camera should be able to see, you can see yourself asleep in your bed, watching yourself sleep. And there's something next to you on the pillow that isn't Mara. You pull all 4 cameras down that afternoon. You put them in a box. You put the box in your car. You drive to a dumpster 3 miles from your house, and you throw the box in, and you drive home and you feel, for the first time in a week, like you can breathe. That night you sleep without the light on. 3 days later, your neighbor knocks on your door. She's holding her phone out toward you, uncertain, apologetic. She says she noticed you took down your cameras. She says she hopes everything is okay. She says she has her own camera, a doorbell model, that catches part of your driveway, and she thought you should know. She thought you should see. The timestamp is from last night, from after you fell asleep. The footage shows your car backing slowly out of the driveway at 3:14 a.m., leaving, and then returning at 3:58 a.m. And then you, or the shape wearing your walk, your posture, your grey shirt with a fraying collar, getting out of the car and going inside. She's asking you where you went. She's asking in a neighborly way, genuinely curious, a little concerned. And you are standing in your doorway trying to remember if you've ever sleepwalked before. You are standing in your doorway realizing you don't know how to check if something came back with you. You are standing in your doorway and somewhere behind you, deeper in the house, you hear Mara begin to growl. You don't turn around. Not yet. Instead, something strange pulls your eyes back to your neighbor's phone, to the footage still playing on her screen. You watch the shape that wore your body walk from the car to the front door at 3:58 a.m., and just before it goes inside, it stops. It turns toward your neighbor's camera, the one mounted above the door, the one it couldn't have known was there, and it looks directly into the lens. Directly. Like it had known, all along, exactly where every camera was. Like it had been the one watching. Your neighbor doesn't seem to notice. She's still talking, something about calling the police, something about safety. But you can't hear her anymore, because you're looking at the face in the frozen frame on her phone. Your face. Your exact face. Except the eyes are wrong. Not the color. Not the shape. Something behind them. An absence where there should be something. A blankness so total it stops your breathing. You have seen that expression before. You have seen it in the mirror, some mornings, in the half-second before you fully wake up. That brief moment where you stand at the sink and don't recognize the person looking back. Where your reflection seems to be waiting for you to arrive inside it. You always told yourself it was just morning fog. Grogginess. Nothing. Your neighbor is saying your name now. Mara has gone completely silent behind you, and the thought arrives, not like a theory, not like a fear, but like a memory finally surfacing after years underwater. What if the cameras aren't showing you something that came into your house? What if they've been showing you what left? You turn around. The house is empty. Mara is sitting perfectly still in the hallway, staring at you, just staring. Her tail doesn't move. Her ears don't move. She doesn't blink. She watches you walk back inside. She watches you close the door. And when you reach down to pet her, when your hand touches the top of her head and she finally, slowly, turns her face up toward yours, you realize you can't remember her name. You know it's something. Something short. Something you've said 1,000 times. But standing in your own hallway, in your own home, with your own dog looking up at you, the word is simply gone. Like a photograph, someone burned the edges off. Like a room you were sure you'd been in, but can't find anymore. You look around the house. Nothing is wrong. Everything is exactly where it should be. That's when it hits you. Slow and cold and total. You know where the mugs go. You know which floorboard creaks. You know the grey shirt with the fraying collar hangs on the left side of the closet. But you cannot remember buying any of it. You cannot remember moving in. You cannot remember, if you try, really try, pressing hard against the question, a single moment before the cameras, before the footage, before 3:14 a.m. Outside, your neighbor is still standing in the driveway. She's looking at her phone again, scrolling further back through her footage, further than she'd gone before. Her face has gone pale. She's found something she wasn't looking for. Weeks of footage, maybe months. And in every single night, without exception, the same thing. Your car leaving at 3:14 a.m. Your car returning at 3:58 a.m. A shape getting out, going inside. The footage doesn't show what it does in there while it waits. It doesn't show what it does between 3:58 a.m. and the moment you open your eyes and your day begins. She looks up at your house, at the window, at you, standing behind the glass, watching her, and she almost waves. But something stops her. Something about the way you're standing. Something about how you haven't blinked.